Today, most video games focus on ultra-realistic graphics. However, I find the simplicity and charm of pixel art games irresistible, where gameplay takes center stage. That's why today I'm recommending 17 pixel art games that you'll absolutely love. Katana Zero is an action game with an intriguing plot that blends stealth, fast-paced combat, and time manipulation. The protagonist, an assassin, can slow down time to dodge bullets and strike enemies with precision. The story revolves around violent missions, surreal visions, and psychological mysteries. Featuring stylized pixel art and an intense soundtrack, the game amplifies its noir atmosphere and tense mood, creating a thrilling experience. Hyper Light Drifter is an action RPG that combines exploration, fast combat, and puzzles in a post-apocalyptic world. The protagonist, Drifter, searches for a cure to a mysterious illness by exploring ravaged lands and facing ruthless enemies. The gameplay is challenging, with powerful weapons and special abilities. The vibrant, stylized pixel art and the melancholic soundtrack by Disaster Piece create an immersive and captivating atmosphere that enhances the game's emotional depth. Blasphemous is an action platformer that blends Metroidvania elements with a deep, unsettling narrative. Set in a gothic and dark world, players control the Penitent, a warrior fighting monsters and demons to stop a curse. The pixel art is rich in religious symbolism, while the gameplay features complex combat, exploration, and puzzles, all wrapped in a disturbing and captivating atmosphere. Death's Gambit is an action RPG that combines Souls-like elements with exploration in a dark fantasy world. The player takes on the role of Soren, a warrior in service to death, exploring a realm full of enemies and secrets. Combat is tactical and punishing, with a progression system to improve abilities and weapons. The pixel art graphics and epic narrative create an immersive and challenging experience, perfect for those seeking intense challenges. The Last Faith is a gothic action platformer in the Metroidvania style, where players explore a dark world as Eric, a man seeking answers and redemption. The gameplay includes fast-paced combat, magic, and dungeon exploration. Each area is full of dangers and secrets to uncover. The detailed pixel art and somber atmosphere make the game immersive, while the narrative explores themes of guilt and sacrifice. Titan Souls is an action game where players face enormous titans in one-on-one battles. Armed with a single arrow, the protagonist must hit the weak points of each titan to defeat them, requiring precision and timing. Death is instant, and the game features minimalist pixel art and an intense atmosphere, with every victory earned through determination. Celeste is a platformer that tells the story of Madeline, a young woman trying to climb the Celeste Mountain, both physically and emotionally. The gameplay focuses on precise jumps, puzzle solving, and battling inner demons. The pixel art is refined, and the evocative soundtrack contributes to a touching experience. Celeste explores themes like anxiety, failure, and perseverance in a deeply engaging way. Kingdom 2 Crowns is a side-scrolling strategy game that blends management and defense. Players take on the role of a monarch who must build and defend their kingdom, recruiting subjects, gathering resources, and protecting the castle from waves of enemies. The pixel art is simple yet charming, and the cooperative mode allows two players to work together. The game mixes exploration, strategy, and action, making it perfect for those seeking a relaxing yet challenging experience. Dead Cells is a roguelike Metroidvania that combines frantic combat with a procedurally generated world. Each death is a new opportunity to explore, face enemies, and upgrade your hero. The game features elegant and dynamic pixel art, with a progression system that allows players to enhance abilities and weapons. The challenging and rewarding gameplay is accompanied by an electronic soundtrack, intensifying the atmosphere of danger-filled adventures. Gal Guardians. Demon Purge is a platformer action game that follows sisters Shinobu and Maya, demon hunters trapped in an eerie castle. The gameplay is fast-paced and frantic, with battles against demons and bosses. Each sister has unique abilities, and players must switch between them to overcome obstacles and defeat enemies. The pixel art is stylized, and the game offers a variety of weapons and abilities to personalize the experience. Rain World is a survival and exploration game set in a post-apocalyptic world filled with mysterious and dangerous creatures. Players take on the role of a fragile slug cat, struggling to survive by facing predators in extreme environmental conditions. The pixel art creates a hauntingly beautiful world, and the gameplay revolves around hunting, fleeing, and adapting. Each death is a lesson, and the game is known for its difficulty and immersive experience. Stardew Valley is a farming simulation game where players manage a farm, grow crops, raise animals, and build relationships with villagers. The gameplay is varied, including fishing, exploration, and combat in mines. The pixel art and relaxing soundtrack create a peaceful and engaging atmosphere. With seasonal events and customization options, Stardew Valley is perfect for those looking for a relaxing and rewarding experience. Record of Lodoss War is a renowned fantasy franchise brought to life through games, anime, and manga. Set on the island of Lodoss, the world is populated by knights, mages, and mythical creatures fighting for the kingdom's fate. The games based on Record of Lodoss War are action RPGs that combine exploration, combat, and character development, with a focus on epic battles and the fight between good and evil. The rich storyline and deep characters have garnered a dedicated fan base. Slain. Back from Hell is a gothic action platformer that mixes frantic combat with a dark atmosphere. The protagonist, Bathorin, battles demons and monsters in a corrupted world, wielding a sword and other weapons to defeat enemies. The gameplay features heavy attacks and dodges, while the pixel art and metal soundtrack create an intense and immersive experience. The game offers a challenging adventure with epic bosses and a dark design reminiscent of classic games in the genre. Axiom Verge is a Metroidvania-style action platformer developed by Thomas Happ. The protagonist, Trace, a researcher trapped in an alien world after an accident, must explore vast environments, fight enemies, and solve puzzles. With retro-inspired pixel art, the game offers progression through upgrades that unlock new abilities and weapons. The atmospheric soundtrack and mysterious storyline enrich the experience, making it an intriguing and captivating journey. Bushiden is a side-scrolling action game with a strong retro style, inspired by classic beat-em-ups and platformers from the 80s and 90s. Set in a futuristic Japanese world, players control a skilled warrior facing hordes of enemies, mastering various sword combat techniques. The gameplay includes fast and dynamic fights, with combos and upgrades to defeat enemies. The pixel art and synth soundtrack create a nostalgic atmosphere, while the game offers challenging battles and progression that rewards mastering combat techniques. Children of Morta is an action RPG with roguelike elements, telling the story of the Bergson family, a lineage of heroes destined to protect the land of Morta from dark forces. Each family member has unique abilities, and players can control them in battles against enemies and monsters while exploring corrupted lands. The game stands out for its detailed pixel art and emotional narrative, exploring family bonds and sacrifice. The progression includes permanent upgrades to help face challenges, and the epic soundtrack enhances the immersive atmosphere. These were today's games. Let me know which ones you've played or which ones you'd like to play, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a like.